All right, Kid Cudi left little to the imagination when he posed naked with nothing but a Dior sock covering his dangling on the cover of September's issue of Esquire. Take a look. Y'all see this?
I don't see enough, honey. Hey.
I mean,
honey. We need to move it. We need to move this show to HBO, honey, because they need to move that box.
Have you seen the picture?
The box, it just has a sock on it, Q.
Well, that'll give me a little more for the imagination.
Well, you can see more in the picture. I'll send you the picture that I have so you can see. Mm-hmm. What do y'all think about this image? How do you feel about his look?
You know, Kid Cudi always is daring with his image and his styling. You know, he did the kilt / dress thing on another photo shoot that got a lot of attention. I love Kid Cudi and the adventures that he takes with his fashion. I like the gender bending. I like the way he came out and said he'd gladly do a song with Saucy Santana. I mean, he plays by his own rules, and for that, I love Kid Cudi.
Okay, Al, what do you think? Did you see the picture without the square in front of it?
I only saw the sock that's on it. That's all I saw. I don't know about, if you want to send the other pictures, you feel free. Kid Cudi, as I learned more about him, he's really been through a lot of stuff these last 5 or 6 years. You know, he had a stroke in 2016 when he checked into rehab because he was having suicidal tendencies and thoughts, and he was battling with a great deal of depression. I thought that this photo shoot was incredible. I thought it was nicely done. He's an attractive dude. I liked the way he toyed with transparency and vulnerability in the article as well as with the pictures, because the transparency and vulnerability about his mental health and the state of his mental health. You never hear rappers talking about mental health and the need to seek help if you have mental issues. And then the vulnerability around his body. And I think that's why it was called Reborn, because this is truly an illustration of a person shedding a very dark part of their life and walking into a very bright part of their life. And I think it's amazing. Great job, Kid Cudi, and excellent coverage, Esquire.
Well, you're going to go deep and I'm going to go shallow on this one. I think he did the shoot with the sock on his thing because he knew he was girthy enough to fill the sock. Because if he didn't have it going on like that, he would not be agreeing to do a photo shoot with a sock. He'd be like, oh, no, I'm good on that. I think like, yes.
Well, you know, he's 5'9". You know, it's the short ones, they say, right?
You know what? I hear all kinds of things. You know, it's the short ones. You know, it's the skinny ones. You know, it's the old ones. I don't know. It's a crapshoot.
You want to hear what's funny about that girth thing, though? Me and T.S. Madison did a live show in Dallas one time, and one of the strippers was there. You know how they wear those sock things or whatever. And as he was dancing, his kind of came off, and he had this contraption wrapped around his. Then put the sock on. So don't be fooled by the girth thing, Claudia. They got prosthetics that they can wrap around it and slide the sock up on it.
You calling this man out.
Trust me, I know. I have seen some things in my 49 years. Okay, moving on. During his interview with Esquier.
Wait, how many things you seen?
Just 7. Ladies, never say more than double digits because they're going to call you a whore. So 7. 7. All right. During his interview with Esquire, Kid Cudi addressed the possibility of making amends with Kanye. Cudi said, with all due respect, I'm not Drake who's about to take a picture with him next week and be friends again and their beef is squashed. He continued, it's going to take a bleeping miracle for me and that man to be friends again. I don't see it happening. He's going to have to become a monk. And after that interview was published, Kid Cudi later clarified in a tweet that he wasn't trying to throw shade at Drake. He was just trying to make a point that he's just not as forgiving as Drake. So he just wanted to be clear about that. What are your thoughts on Kid Cudi's comments? And does it seem like him and Kanye will never make amends? Al, let's start with you.
Hey, I think it's even to the article about his rebirth. He said, listen, I don't want negative energy of any sorts around me anymore. He said, I'm just not having it. He doesn't care who it's coming from. If it's negative and it doesn't feed into him, then he doesn't want it around him. And Kanye, we all know, has some very interesting energy. So I support anybody that feels like a toxic person around them isn't good for them and they want them out. So I mean, I wouldn't force anybody to be in a relationship that wasn't positive for them.
My life got so much better about 12 years ago when I made a priority to like, if they get on my nerves or they're negative, I feel like their negativity is getting on me. I cut them off, or I just keep them at arm's length, and it will make a huge difference in your life. Remember, Kanye got mad at Cudi for being friends with Pete Davidson, and he's just giving him hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. Cudi was on every single Kanye album, and Ye was only on 2 of Cudi's. So I think Cudi feels like it's a one-way friendship.
And sorry. No, you brought up a good point, Claudia, because we know that Kid Cudi, ever since he had that mental breakdown, has not gone on tour. And he said that when Kanye called him out for being friends with Pete Davidson, that Kanye's fans drove him back to that dark spot that he once experienced before his breakdown. I agree. Get that man out of your life.
Facts. Q, what do you think? I mean, you're big on unlocking your better self and keeping the negativity out of your life.
Oh yeah, no, my better self, my unlocked self says lock their asses up. Okay, I am big on forgiving and forgetting, but not forgetting what you did, forgetting you. Okay, stay your ass the hell over there. I am the king of cutting off family members and friends who bring negativity, toxicity, or pain in my direction. So I feel what he's saying. Like, we ain't got no issue, but I don't want to be bothered with you. Whether you apologize 900 times or not, I don't want you in my life. And that's his choice.
And Kanye seems like a bit much. It takes a really strong person to deal with that. And he's a dope ass artist. And a lot of times those dope artists are a little cray-cray like that.